Hey guys, I had no intentions of doing another video today, but I just got a little upset because, you know, Ford came out with this engine a while back, the Godzilla, and I said, this is where I really wish I had some money because that's the motor I would have went with. I would be like just in heaven with that engine. And I just seen some more tests on it, and I don't know what these guys are doing to this thing, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't want to start any controversy over this thing. But until that engine makes 800 horsepower, it's a mutt. I don't understand where it's coming into play. The engine being like with the heads that are ported and the cam swaps they're pulling on it. I don't know what's going on. You know, I'm just a backyard guy, and I'm going to tell you something. I don't want to make any bets, but I would take a challenge on this motor. If somebody was to hand me this thing, I think I could pull it off. And I don't know what these guys are doing because they're not dumb people. I just don't understand. I wish I could talk to one of these guys because I haven't watched all their episodes and what they've done. I can see them do 2 cam swaps and they were happy because it made 595 horsepower. How do you get excited over that? I I don't understand the concept behind this thing. I'm going to tell you something. That would be a boat anchor to me. And I don't want to make any of the Ford guys mad. I don't want it to turn into an ugly situation. I just can't hold back on this thing anymore. This engine should be capable of blowing away an LS engine horsepower-wise. It'd be the same thing as stroking something 100 cubic inches from like a 350 something like that, you know, just the cubic inches alone. I don't understand why it's not. It doesn't have at least another 100 horse. They have coyotes making this kind of power. I don't understand where they're coming from. I don't get it. I don't know what's going on with this engine. I'm not trying to start anything. I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. I seen them test the car with the engine in there. And I get thinking about it. They were happy. They had a turbo on the thing. It barely, I forget what it went, 10 something? I know a guy has a stock block Coyote car. It's been 940s, or maybe faster. I don't understand it. I just had to get this off my chest. I hope there's somebody else could come to my aid here and explain something to me that I'm missing. Or agree with me, disagree with me. Maybe down the road they'll get it right. I'm just bewildered by it. I talked to my son about this, and I just don't understand what's going on with this engine. It's heartbreaking because it's a nice engine. I seen the whole thing, the whole teardown on it, where it should be reliable and everything's good about it. I don't understand what's going on with this engine. I was sitting here relaxing. I just happened to be watching this on YouTube to relax. And now I'm not relaxed anymore. I'm actually upset. You shouldn't be able to take almost any engine out there, almost anything, old school from 1960 to make the power this thing is making, guys. I just don't get it. I hate to be sarcastic about it. I hate to be putting anything down. I'm not knocking anybody's work. I just don't understand it. I'm actually flustered by it. I just don't get it. And I hope you guys don't mind me running this by you for any reason that I don't know of. This motor or engine, whatever you want to call this thing, I'm going to call it a turd. And that's the only word I have for it right now. Until they pull more horsepower of this thing, and I'm going to tell you, I would think it would have at least no problem making 700 horsepower. And if it's not doing that, the only place it could be is the combination they're doing. I don't know if there's not enough there to put enough duration on the camshafts, or if the heads still aren't flowing enough. I don't know what the flow numbers are on them, or if they're not turning it enough to get the RPM out of it. Which, the motor being that big, they shouldn't have to turn it as hard as some of these other engines to make that power. So this is what I'm getting at. 595 horsepower is not bad. But hey, When you can make that out of a 5.3, like 60 horsepower less than some of these engines are making, it's not adding up, guys. And don't even compare it to a 427. You LS guys already know. And it's very heartbreaking to even have to admit this. But like I said, I like all engines. Anything that makes power, anything that you can do to something, make it good. And this thing here has just got me really, it takes the winds right out of your sails, I'll tell you. I thought by now this thing would be really coming along. I thought that was going to be, oh, okay, they worked with it. And now everybody's going to want one. There's not a reason in the world for anybody with this high dollar junk. And that's what I got to call it right now, guys. To me, anything you spend a lot of money on, and you just had all this research been going on for like a while, nobody's got it that I know of. If you guys know anything about this, and somebody's actually taken one of these things and gotten more than that out of it, please let me know. Put a comment down here. I'd like to know your input on this. I'm not trying to beat anything up. I actually love the motor. It's just, why isn't it doing what it's supposed to be doing? I don't get it. A 302 Coyote shouldn't have anything close to this thing. And I'm going to tell you something. Everything that's out there, whether it's Dodge, Chevy, a small little 302 Ford, shouldn't have to come close to this engine. And that's how I feel about it. And I like I said, I'm for the motor. I wish somebody would straighten it out. All right, guys, give me your input on this. Have a good night.